This is the Louis T. Network.
See, first come the preseason, and I don't take a day off. And then my team went 6-10, and we ain't smell the playoffs. Yeah, I seen the Super Bowl, but I heard they display balls. A lot of teams had injuries. Sam Bradford had to take off. Go hard in the offseason, but you don't know the half. Before you know, we gon' look up, and we ready for the draft. They dressed up in that suit top, and I don't know how to act. They waiting, so patient, so they can put on that hat. Who else could it be? But your man Luke. Okay, so when she asks you where you was at, you tell her you in the lab room. Who else could it be? Who? But your man Luke. Okay, so when she asks where you was at, you can tell her you was in the lab room. Yeah.
Who else could it be? Me, your man, Louis T. Welcome. You are in the lab room. Of course, I'm your host, Lou. Thank you for joining me. Quick network update. I was supposed to do this about 2-3 days ago, and I started being self-conscious. I'm like, man, I need a fresh cut. I look like Wolfman Jack. And so I started playing games, and I was tired, and that was an easy excuse. That was an easy cop-out, man. I need a fresh cut, and I did. I was begging for one. I was screaming for a fresh cut. Face was all over the place. Hair wasn't any better. So feel good about myself, man. Self-esteem boost just from going to the barber, man. I feel a lot better. My man King Coop blazed the track, and he just blazed me with a fresh cut. So I'm feeling good about myself. And I quickly want to talk about the 3rd annual football pool. Quickly, for all of you who have entered the pool and are locked in, thank you for participating. It's going to be a lot of fun like it was last year. Now, everyone has paid except one person, and if you know who you are, I don't want to put any names out there. Don't make me send you an email. I don't want to have to chase anybody down. But you haven't paid. Everybody else has paid, so great. I don't have to chase anybody down this year. Last year, I was begging people to send me the money. Everybody sent their money. Great. So that's out of the way, except for one person. And like I said, if you know who you are, you're watching this video, send me the money. If not, I'll be chasing you down with an email here shortly. But for all of you who haven't sent me your picks, I need them, okay? The reason why I was so nonchalant about coming to you with this video is because I knew no one was going to pick that Thursday night game, Steelers and Patriots, so I didn't have to rush. But moving forward, future references, all picks must be in by Wednesday, okay? And I've asked everyone to send me their favorite team, and just about all of you have done that. There's still 4 of you out there who haven't sent me your picks, and there's still 3 of you out there who haven't sent me your favorite team, so that I have that in my archive, so that if you don't send me your picks early enough and I'm ready to turn the sheets in and send them out to the masses, I can give you your one free pass by picking and selecting your favorite team for that week's action. Therefore, you don't have to forfeit your turn. Therefore, you do not have to forfeit your spot in the tournament because you didn't make a selection. So that's why I asked you for your favorite team. Your favorite team may not be any good, but that's not my fault. You didn't send in a pick, so that's how that goes. But all in all, you guys have done a magnificent job of sending in your information. I appreciate that. You make my job a lot easier when you do your job, and it makes, in turn, my job that much easier. But still, 4 people have not sent me their picks for week 1. I need that so I can send the sheets out to everyone else. So if you have not turned in your pick for week 1 of the Survivor Pool, I need that ASAP, okay? ASAP, ASAP. I'm gonna need those picks ASAP, ASAP. All right, now moving on to other matters. Now, the 4th season of In the Lab Room is upon us, and this is how it's going to go. I'm scaling back all of my activities. I told you I want to be a lot more efficient with my time this season and not feel like I'm under time constraints at all times. So this is how the new season of the In the Lab Room 4th season is going to go. All right, Monday, you know, that's the day that I watch all the games and I try to report to you guys. I still haven't figured out how I want to do it. If I want to do one big episode with every game in it, which that sounds like something that I might try to do. That way I can get everybody. You have to watch. Maybe I'll give you a little show timeline, so if you just want to watch your team's breakdown, you can and get out of there. But I think I might do that instead of doing the whole break it down team by team, you know, game by game and break that, because it's just so time consuming. And I need a live feed for that. And I'm working on that, but I'm not ready yet. My live feed isn't ready, my setup isn't ready. So that's still a ways down the road. But I think I want to do one big video, but that'll be Monday, Tuesday area. But Wednesday, podcast. Every week, Wednesday, expect a new pod to hit the airwaves around 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Wednesday, new pod every week. Look for that. That's going to be something you can depend on. And speaking of which, my podcast, In the Lab Room, all of the different links are going to be in the show notes of this video, so you don't have to worry about chasing anything down. But I am now on iTunes. Yay! I'm on Stitcher. So I'm making progress with the podcast, man. We're moving right along. So I'm on Stitcher, I'm on iTunes. I'll leave the links below. And look, worst case scenario, I'm still on the site. You can get the podcast off the site and not have to worry about Stitcher or iTunes. So there are a number of platforms where you can find the podcast, the In the Lab Room podcast. You do not want to miss the podcast. It's a lot of fun and a lot of good information. And if you haven't checked out the pod yet, all the episodes, all 4 of them, are up on the site or any one of those syndication sites for your listening pleasure. So check that out when you get a chance. But podcast on Wednesdays. Then on Thursdays, I will be breaking down and previewing the Thursday night game. And then Friday, you will have your one day of In the Lab Room, and that will be on Friday. I'll display my picks, and all my picks are up on the website on the Step Up to the Challenge page. I haven't gotten a single pick from any of you out there, so nobody is stepping up to. I know I'm gonna smoke you. It's not a big deal. I'm gonna win anyway. But all I'm saying is, I don't want to hear anybody say, "Oh yeah, I went 11-5 this." I don't want to hear that because I didn't see the picks. Okay, you know where my picks are. You know where I stand. I tell you this every year. So I'm gonna smoke you anyway. So it's not a big deal. I'm gonna smoke you anyway. So I understand why guys don't want to send me their picks, but it's all good, man. It's all good, but the picks are up on the site right now. But next week, the picks will not only be up on the site, they'll also be verbally given to you on this program. So look out for that as well next week. So Redskins reports, those will be so random. I really want to have those done on Tuesday, but with my schedule and the way everything kind of fluctuates, really hard to say. Just know you'll get the Redskins report, and also check the site for the Braves on the Warpath page on the Louis T Network website, because that's going to have a lot of information, including the breakdown of the action from the day before. So that's all the information I have for you right now. If it happens in the National Football League, whether big or small, we cover it all here in the Lab Room. Come back and join me as I continue to break down anything and everything in the National Football League. I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna throw a couple of picks at you. I got a couple of upset specials this week. Buffalo beating Indianapolis. You don't see that one coming. Hey, I'm just want to tell you, if it happens, I was all over it. If it doesn't, okay, I took an L there. And Jacksonville sneaking the Carolina Panthers. Not sold on the Panthers yet. They're going to get their act together, okay? But week 1, on the road, Blake Bortles playing some really good football. Wouldn't be surprised if the Jacksonville Jaguars sneak the Carolina Panthers in week 1 of the National Football League. Enjoy the football. You know I will. I'll see you next week. Send me those picks. There's plenty more where that came from. While you're here, subscribe to the channel. If you want more Louis T, be sure to follow me on Twitter at In the Lab Room, or you can like the Facebook page at In the Lab Room. That's In the Lab Room on Facebook and at In the Lab Room on Twitter. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so.